She's right at the door. Oh, hey. Gotcha. All right. In the top left corner, spawning as the purple Protoss, we have Illias. And in the bottom right, the orange Zerg you guys have come to know so well. It is Grasun. Good luck, have fun to both players. Pylon going down to wall the natural. We can get the Grasun cam here. This probe heading suspiciously high on the map here. Maybe looking to see if there's an early third. I thought we might be seeing a proxy play for a minute there. Forge gateway for the Protoss. Looks like it might be a cannon rush, folks. The drones have been pulled. Okay, he does get the wall off with the pylons. Okay, so the cannon's down. Now this can be tricky because he has to try to get the high run vision, and Grasun is very aware of this rush. Okay. Oh no, I don't know if canceling that pylon was the right... Okay, he manages to mineral walk out. He walls the cannon in. Well played, well played. I do think it's out of range of the hatch, but if it kills a bunch of drones, it's worth it anyway. I think Grasun realizes it's not in range of the hatch. It is out of range. That's going to neuter a lot of the pressure that this cannon rush could provide. However, he can snowball this cannon. Looks like he's setting up a contain here. The spines are going up. We'll have to see how... Okay, there's a shield battery. We might see a void ray transition. That's pretty popular. Okay, the spine begins to go to work here. This pylon begins getting targeted down. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to make this cannon rush work, I think, but Illias is going for it. The pylon... Okay, I was looking for a proxy pylon somewhere. Warp gate's on the way here. That cannon is in range. This hex right here of the hatchery is in range of the cannon, so... Because the hatchery actually extends out a little bit beyond what you can see. It is in range. So that's going to greatly increase the efficacy of this cannon rush. Okay, here comes the Immortal. You are correct. Somebody called it in chat. Immortal going to be really good for killing these spine crawlers. Well, the probe goes for the high ground. It's going to get shut down by the queens. This hatch is going to go down. Going to recede the creep pretty quickly there. Immortal is being chronoed out. Okay, we've got the spine on the high ground with no high ground vision. This is the hard part. That shield battery going to greatly prolong the life of that cannon. If the Immortal can get high ground vision here without getting surrounded by Lings, that's the challenge. Okay, this is a dangerous game. Ling count getting a little low, but that cannon's running out of health. Transfuse goes down. Immortal's pushing up. The natural expansion has not been started for Illias here. He'll probably be starting that soon if the Zerg proves to be a little bit too tenacious. Creep tumor here providing a lot of important creep for the Zerg. Not going to be able to be taken out unless he wants to build a observer. There's the natural. Okay, so the Protoss looking to take an economic advantage. Although he might just break in with these Immortals. Queens have quite a bit of energy though. Transfusers will be available. A little bit of Prism Micro coming out. Okay, this is looking rough for Grasun. Once this Nexus begins, it starts a timer. And I don't know how he's going to break these Immortals with 3 Queens. It's going to be really hard. Oh, get that transfuse? Oh man, he got it. That was close. I think the Queens are almost out of energy now. Oh, that Queen is so low. 4 Queens is going to change the equation quite a lot. Prism can no longer really afford to get in range. This timer, though, ticking down. The Queen count continues to go up. He's going to try to break out. He's got an Infestor. He's got an Infestor Den, or an Infestation Pen pit. That's already finished. Probably an Infestor on the way. Oh no, Swarm Host is the choice here. One Immortal goes down. Oh no, he barely saves it. The Spore even going down for Grasun here. That's pretty clever. Okay, the Swarm Host changed the equation. These Queens providing a lot of utility and defense. The natural for the Protoss is up, so Grasun has to break out. He has to get a base. Every second counts right now. The Locust coming down, scooping up the Immortals. The Locust getting a ton of DPS on the Immortal shields. Barriers down on 2 of them. The Queen's probably going to pick one off. Oh man, it's close. Second round of Locusts coming out. Locust not terribly good against cannons when there's only a handful of them. Okay. This is close. I think the Immortals may have extended a little far here. Oh man, that Immortal Micro is so close. That guy has 2 health. It's going to be really hard for Grasun to turn this around now. Three Swarm Hosts go down. That's probably all she wrote for the Zerg, but he's fighting. He doesn't want to give up that easily. There it is. The GG when the building dies. Amazing first game from Illias there. That was an intense game. Grasun, not wanting to be shut out too easily by a cannon rush, did a really good job of trying to defend it, but the Immortal Micro with the Prism was just too much to overcome. Utilizing the efficiency of that barrier spell on the Immortals and the shield recharge, the Protoss was able to eventually grind him down. All right, and then we'll get our second round up here in just a minute. Will there be a replay pack? There could be. Would you like one? This is best of 3. Finals is best of 5, you think? Okay, well, we'll find out. The organizers know better than I do. Alright. First game went to Illias. So in the bottom right, we have the purple Protoss. Illias trying to take these forged probes all the way through the final. Let's see what he does in game 2 here. And in the top left, probably going to be extra cautious of a cannon rush this game. The Orange Zerg, Grasun. Both players wishing each other a good game. King's Cove is a particularly interesting map because of this hybrid choke point here, where you can wall off a ramp and your natural with the same buildings. Okay, looks like a 17 hatch for Grasun here. pretty standard. Overlords are on the way. Where is this guy going? Right to the natural there. Okay, it's a Forge First out of Illias again. Now, you can do a Forge First macro opening as Protoss. Doesn't necessarily mean he's cannon rushing, because he doesn't already have a probe over here. It is going to be a macro build. Spawning pool goes down for Grasun. This Overlord choosing not to scout, but instead spotting for any cannon rushes. Grasun respecting the potential of a cannon rush this game, for sure. Doesn't want to get bitten by that snake twice. Okay, so it's going to be a Forge Fast Expand out of the Protoss here. Bit of an old build, but it's a goodie. Leaving just enough room for that photon cannon. This makes for a very, very strong wall against Zerglings. Third hatch out of Grasun. It's as if he knows. Now what will be interesting is if we see a fast upgrade out of this Forge, and what his tech choice will be. Okay. So the Cyber does finally come down, delayed with this Forge Fast Expand that lets you safely get this cannon down. But it does let you get the Nexus really fast. That's the advantage of that one. Okay, so the scouting probe looks like it's going to go off across the map here. Take a look around. The Overlord is going to spot this out. Let's see that the Nexus is already fully operational. Drones are beginning to saturate the natural. Grasun already up to 25 drones. Keeping even with the Protoss's chrono boosted probes, which is can be quite an accomplishment in the beginning of the game when you don't have a lot of larvae. Okay, looks like it's going to be a Stargate out of Illias. It is going to get sniffed out by the Overlord, unless he manages. No, there's not going to be anything to force this Overlord away. So he is going to be well aware that it is a Stargate opener. A Zealot first, pretty defensive choice. Usually favors a heavy tech build, such as a Stargate. Cannon targeting down these rocks. Okay, Overlord is going to see this. He's going to see the unit that's building out of it. It is an Oracle. Safety spores should be starting here any moment from Grasun. As long as he gets these spores down, that Oracle is not going to find a ton of value. Although the queen count is only at 4. There's the safety spores. Okay, going to be really tough for the Oracle to find a window here. Those 4-minute safety spores, a very good thing for most Zerg games. I do them myself. Even though no one at my level can control an Oracle well enough for it to be scary, I still like my spores too. So the Oracle going to come in here, find 2 queens, going to get batted away pretty quickly. Unfortunate, but he does get a little bit of scouting done with it, probably here in a second. That's the other advantage of the Oracle. So the layer has been started in the main for the Zerg. It's about halfway done. We should be seeing a third base out of the Protoss soon, I would expect. +1 weapons on the way. Looks like a very heavy economic opening for the Zerg here, and thwarting that Oracle that early is pretty good for the Zerg. It means he's going to get up to a very, very nice drone count. He's going to be on 50 drones here by the almost the 5-minute mark. That's really fast. A little bit of Zergling pressure. Oracle should be able to clean that up. He turns on the bug zapper. This Nexus is pretty fresh. It's going to have to be cancelled. Not sure if that Oracle could have saved it in time if it had been on right away, but Probe even getting sniped off there. That's a pretty good pick by Grasun. Pretty good pick by Grasun there. Yeah, the bug zapper, you like that? Roach Warren is going to be the tech choice for our Zerg here, +1 missile on the way. Is he going to go into a heavy Roach opening, or is he going to transition straight to Hydra? We should be seeing that Hydra den soon. If that is what he's doing. Looks like he's favoring the Roaches at the moment. No Roach speed yet. Plenty of money in the bank for Grasun. There's the roach speed. Alright. Nexus and double Robo out of the Protoss here. So, did he scout this Roach Warren? He did not. So this is pretty fortunate. Okay. No Hydra Den out of the Zerg yet. Fourth base has been started. Protoss moving out with double Oracle. There's a lot of potential to get some damage with double Oracle. You can even overpower Spores a little bit. Still snipe 5 or 6 drones. He's going to see all of this move out. What does the Protoss have that can thwart this? These Immortals are going to do a lot to help protect him against these Roaches. He's choosing just to hover above the Roaches menacingly for the moment. Okay, +1 weapon is done. That makes these Immortals very powerful. Zerglings running in here, looking for a little run-by. Probably not going to find much. Where are the Oracles? There they are. So, +1 weapons is about to finish. Oracles get a nice tag on the Roaches there. Gonna scat out the main. See that single upgrade. Get forced away by the Spore. He's got to be careful here. Alright, good control out of Grasun. Or good control out of Illias there. Go around that Spore. He is going to see the fourth base is done, and he knows that a big attack is probably on the way. So double Robo here, really pumping up the Immortal count. And a Robotics Bay is here. I always call these Robo Bays, even though they're Robo facilities. The names are so similar. Really nice tag by the Protoss player here. He sees everything about the Zerg. What his name is, what his favorite breakfast food is. Some Sentry Warpins here, going to be very important. We may see some Disruptor play. Nope, looks like it's going to be Colossus out of Illias here. Gateway explosion has occurred. The Thermal Lance is on the way. That's going to confirm some Colossus. Got a little scouting here by the Oracles here. Doing a great job keeping an eye on that Zerg army. Economy right now, fairly even, except the Zerg fourth base is really accelerating that. I mean, he's got about a 600-700 mineral advantage there, which is about where you want to be as a Zerg, because if you're on even basis with a Protoss, you're behind. Illias looking to take a fourth here to try to get his econ back where he wants it to be. Alright, the first pair of Colossus are popping out. This double Robo going to make the Protoss very dangerous very quickly. Another tag here, keeping that Zerg army at bay. Illias getting a lot of very important time here to get his tech units out. If this Colossus count gets high enough, this army is going to be very challenged. Looks like he's gonna go to 4 Colossus. I would expect that. Yep, there it is. There's a high gateway count, so we're probably going to see a massive charge warp in here. There's Storm on the way. Thermal Lance almost done. +3 attack is coming. Oracle's doing a good job of keeping an eye on the base, getting a decent value out of that Stargate by knowing what the Zerg is up to. Baneling speed is coming, as well as Hydra speed. Okay, so we had the move out from our Protoss here. Some Archon Morphins. These sentries very high on energy, although there are no Templar in this army yet. I feel like this may not be enough. The Lings are going to make it very hard. The force fields are going to have to be really good here. Oh man, catching all those Banes morphing is pretty big. Oh, here we go. Okay. So the Banes connecting, not actually getting a lot of damage, because he chooses not to commit with this part of the army. That Archon gonna begin to regen its shields. The reinforcing Warp Prism is here. Now keep in mind, we are on the balance patch, and he does not have Prism speed yet. Fairly sure. Yep. Storm is done. There are no Templar in this army yet. Here comes the big Zealot warp in. Now this is an 11-second warp. These Immortals just tearing through. There it is. Let's watch this engagement again, because I didn't get all of it. So we've got the Archon Charge Lot, or sorry, the Archon Immortal Sentry comp here. He moves up into the 4th base. He's got the Prism down. The Lings come in, but the Colossus just melt through those Lings with that +2 attack. And there's just no hope with the Charge Lot flank to intercept the Ravager and Hydra DPS. The tech units tear through the front line. And that does spell out a GG for Grasun. Anyway, that is game 2. We are 1-1 in the series now. Sorry, 2-1. 2-0 in the series. I'm getting my scores mixed up. The barcode's throwing me off. So Illias does have 2 wins. Pretty interesting composition there with the Immortal Colossus Sentry and with some Archons sprinkled in for tankiness. It worked pretty well against the Zerg. The +2 attack on the Colossus just absolutely devastates the Zerglings. Okay, looks like Grasun is wanting to play on New Repugnancy for the 3rd game. Now the final does appear to be a best of 5. So this will be the match point for Illias. Grasun looking to make up some ground on this larger macro-oriented map. No, this is Masters versus Masters. I'm pretty sure. They're both I think he's an EU player. They might both be. So in the bottom left corner, spawning as the purple Protoss once again, we have Illias. And in the top right, the orange Zerg, Grasun. We'll see what the openings have in store for us this game. Yeah, now that fight was pretty interesting. The Banes getting caught while morphing, I think, is really what sealed the deal for Illias there. Made him able to win that fight easily. It was unfortunate that Grasun got caught while morphing, but these things happen. So choosing to chrono boost out some probes after that pylon is done, pretty standard. Does mean he's not saving that chrono boost for anything terribly, terribly sneaky, as we Protoss often like to do. I'm expecting just a... oh, it's going to be a Forge again. So, are we going to see a Cannon Rush or a Forge Fast Expand? Looks like a Fast Expand. 17 hatch down for Grasun. The Forge Fast Expand is a pretty safe macro opener. It lets you get those upgrades a lot faster. And you start that Nexus really soon. But it does put you at slight risk to some of the Roach Ravager timings. Because it's harder to have enough units, because you don't have the gateways and the cybers right away. However, still a good opening. I have a friend that likes this opening. I never do it myself. I always gateway cyber. However, Illias really favoring the Forge Fast Expand here. That hatchery finishing up for Grasun. The pool is also wrapping up. No scout from Illias this game. Am I mistaken? Yeah. Alright, so that gateway is finishing up. He has taken a second gas. 3rd hatch coming out for Grasun. Overlords will scout out this Forge Fast Expand once again. We will see how Grasun adjusts his strategy this game. Illias not wanting to take any risks here in the match point for the series, opening with a very safe Forge Fast Expand build. Protects him from a lot of early Ling aggression that Zergs like to do sometimes against Protoss. Ling speed is on the way. We're up to 3 hatches now for our Zerg player. I agree, that cannon rush game was insane. So we'll see if this third hatchery out of the Zerg means he's going to go for an aggressive opener, because sometimes that fast third hatch is for larva. So we'll see what Grayson has in store. He has scouted this, so he does know. However, our Protoss player has not got any information. Oh no, he did actually scout the third there. So that tells him quite a bit. I missed that probe moving out. Alright, taking down those awful buildable rocks. Can't have those there. Zergling's going to chase down this probe. Zergling speed should be done in a few seconds. Looks like the probe might make it home if he mineral walks through. Grayson going to back off. These lings looking for anything suspicious or protossy up here in the top of the map. Quite a lot of lings coming out of Grayson here, so it looks like he might be using that third hatch for larva. Let's take a look at the production tab. There are 12 lings in production for Grayson right now. He's up to 24 Zerglings with only 2 queens. There's the third queen just now, actually. So, sometimes that third hatchery means the Zerg is going for an aggressive opening like this. So we may have a Baneling bust on our hands. This Oracle, if it gets a whiff of how many Zerglings are out here, Grayson can drop shield batteries and be really safe. He's going to see that Oracle. The safety spores are not down for Grayson. This Oracle might get a lot of damage here. Yeah, thanks. Illias did not see the army, you're right. Void Ray is out here. Here come the Banes. Pretty good connections there. Let's get Zerglings on that forge. The shield batteries are not going to finish in time. A force field comes down. If he can get through that gateway before the shield batteries come up. And he's in. The Zerglings run amok in the base, tearing up that main base mineral line. More Zerglings flooding in. A force field will stem the flow of Zerglings. If Illias can get another gateway down before the reinforcements of this next wave arrive, he has a chance to hold this with the Oracle. 13 workers killed for Grayson. A really good amount of damage. Still tearing this Stargate apart with lings in the main. Illias forced to mine off of one base. Zergling's gonna kill this sentry. Oh, the shield batteries just come up in time. Okay, the Stargate actually does get sniped. So Illias down to just gateway tech. This Oracle and the Void Ray are the only units that he has. So the Void Ray, I imagine, is over here killing something. Where's the Void Ray? Still at the base. The Oracle pretty low on energy here. Safety spores are coming up. This puts Grayson in a decent position against Illias. I mean, certainly not enough to outright win the game, but you know, it does set the Protoss back a bit. He is building more Zerglings. Yeah, so this lack of production is the only chance that Grayson has. So there's a window here where he's going to have a lot more production than Illias will. Illias floating a ton of money, unable to use that money effectively since his Stargate production's down. He's going to manage to snipe this third here. Losing all these Zerglings. He may not even get it. Yeah. Illias going to stand his ground, not canceling that third base. The window of opportunity for our Zerg is closing fast here. Once these gates come up, there's going to be a lot of dangerous units out on the field. The Zerg still on hatchery tech. The Roach Warren is started. I don't believe we have a layer out of our Zerg yet. No. Here comes the Oracle. Now, this Oracle is going to get swatted away pretty quickly. Grayson, or Illias just scouting with it. Still more lings coming out of Grayson here. Looking to get damage while he can. Now this battle station is fully operational, and we will see a mass Void Ray switch coming out of Illias here to try to penalize our opponent. Try to penalize Grayson for staying on hatchery tech. Looking for some damage with those lings, not finding it. Is the layer on the way? Looks like he's sticking on hatchery tech for now. Third base is coming up for Illias here, which puts our Zerg in a very dangerous position. Oh, we might get an Oracle here. No, not quite. The control's too good out of Illias. Up to 4 Void Rays. Let's take a look at the income. So right now, the Protoss is ahead by just a margin. Both players on 3 bases. However, Grasun has a lot of larvae. Well, he did. It looks like he built 58 drones. So actually, both players fairly even in economy at this point. If I had to say someone had an edge, I would say that the Protoss has the tech advantage right now, for sure. Now what we're going to see here is, let's see if Grasun saw this. So Grasun has no idea that he's done this tech switch. I do believe he only saw 1 Void Ray when he tried to deny that third base too. So he could be unaware of this Void Ray switch, which if he's building a bunch of roaches is going to be quite difficult. Quite difficult to get damage done with that. He may spot it here with the Zerglings. If he goes up to the third, no. Illias pulls those voids back to hide him. Very clever. Well played by Illias there. Oh, we see carriers coming out, guys. The interceptor change reduces the time to build from 11 to 9 seconds per interceptor. It does make these carriers fill up about 10-15% faster. So I do believe that, let's see what the production tab has in store for us. A couple Ravagers coming out. Doesn't look like Illias has any idea, or it doesn't look like Grasun has any idea that this air switch has happened yet. He's going to spot the Void Rays now. It's the GG. Good game. That was kind of funny. But good game for both players.